A neighbor says a city official told her it is the worst case of hoarding ever seen in Hamilton. A house in downtown is infested with vermin and bursting with garbage.
Photos provided to CHCH News by neighbors show the interior of the home. Filthy, falling apart and full of garbage. Piles of trash fill the rooms, creating a stench that sometimes prevents the neighbors from using their backyards. Back in June, they called police for a wellness check, fearful the owner was dead.
They went in full respirators and completely covered gear. Came out, they wouldn't tell us anything about the inside, but the property standards officer who came after did. He said it was literally the worst case of hoarding they've ever seen in Hamilton.
I don't know if you can see it here, but just under this light fixture alone, there's like 60 little flies just zipping around. Just the smell is so heavy from just rotted food. Supposedly, our demo guys, they found an entire uneaten Thanksgiving dinner in the fridge still. Oh! You guys saw from opening the fridge earlier, it is just absolutely disgusting. All right, the project is coming alive, so we're gonna take you guys on a quick tour and show you what the proposed layout's gonna be. It's gonna be really, really cool. First of all, a couple of the issues that we've really come across. If we look here, you can see all these rotted beams, which are causing a pretty big problem, and we have to rectify them before we move forward. So up here as well, you can kind of see there's a lot of that mold and that rot that's taking place just from a lot of time, a lot of saturation from the elements. So as we come forward, we've got all the garbage out, we've cleared out all the space here, and our plan is that we're effectively going to take this doorway completely down, take this down right here as well, so when you walk in, you'll have a completely open concept area. You can see all the way to the kitchen. It's going to be fantastic. Goal here, we've been talking some design elements with Kaely. We're going to have a herringbone tile coming into the front. It's going to be really, really neat. As we walk through, of course, this will be all pot lights, all finished. Have a nice, beautiful chandelier in the middle. We thought about keeping this one, but we decided not to. Once this is all done, we'll have nice engineered hardwood all throughout the entire unit. It's going to flow beautifully, and it'll be a wonderful main floor unit. Let's go check out upstairs. Okay, so we're upstairs now. We're going to talk about the layout up here. Just wanted to show you guys what I was talking about downstairs, where the rodents actually chewed through the new electrical that we had presumed to be hopefully in fair shape. So if you want to check it out there, you can actually see that it burnt at one point. So I don't know if it actually fried the rodent or whoever was chewing it, but don't think they had a pretty end to what they thought was going to be a meal. But anyway, moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what they call galvanized piping. This is not good in a property either, because galvanized piping tends to corrode and also can clog. It's very easy to replace if the walls are already open, so that's another thing that we're going to be taking care of. So we're standing actually above the kitchen area here. This is where that wall was taken down on the main floor. We're going to turn this into a nice bedroom, open up a closet here as well, so this bedroom could be a little bit more functional. And as we walk over here, the doorway comes around this way. We're actually getting the master bedroom here. Now, one of my favorite features of this actually came with the house. It's blocked by plywood here because we don't want any rodents or people for that matter coming in here, but this is actually a doorway to a really, really cool looking outdoor patio space. So you know how everyone says like we can enjoy a nice coffee in the morning on our backyard patio? No one ever does it, but that feature is there for them now, so it's going to be very, very cool. This here is above the living room space. So where those beams were, we could see that there was a ton of rotted space. Now, what we've seen here, see on the edge how dark and rotted a lot of the wood is, and especially there at the edge of the roof line as the roof protrudes out. There's a bit of a jot out there in the front if you guys saw coming in. So what we're actually gonna have to do is, that wood is so saturated that you can flake the wood off. It's actually kind of crazy how weak the lumber has become over so much time, but once again, these are some of those elements that we can't afford not to fix. The bathroom layout in this unit is very interesting. You can tell it's almost like a pie-shaped area as it was existing, and there's not a whole lot we can do about it, just with the way that the hallways are contouring through this upstairs space. So we are going to keep the layout the way it is, but we're going to completely change the dynamic with a nice new vanity, a nice new tub. Funny enough, when we took the drywall off the wall here, we exposed an existing window that I guess was just covered up. No window, but just a hole for it. So we're actually going to cover this one up and put a nice frosted glass window there that you can't see out of for privacy. And of course, keep the tub and the toilet and the vanity location in the same place. Interesting here, I guess the previous homeowner might have had a leak at one point and decided that the best way to fix this was just to get a can of spray foam and spray foam the hole wherever the leak was coming from. And not sure if it worked, but I don't suggest trying this at home. There's better ways to do this.
Okay, so we're just in the backyard. Mind the mess. They've actually taken out the old furnace. Obviously, we're going brand new with everything in this house. So we do have 2-car parking. Like I said, there's alleyway access, and it's actually paved, which is a huge feature and really unusual to see in Hamilton. Back here, so other than just basic landscaping and cleaning it up, we don't have too much that we have to do outside. This property does have a great basement, so there's a walkout. Obviously potential in the future if the buyers wanted to, they could put a basement income suite down there, or just again finish it for extra bonus space. Just a few things to point out. Doors are being replaced, and then again that great little balcony that we have up top that we're really looking forward to finishing. And what could possibly be the biggest maple tree in all of Hamilton is in this backyard. So you can see it's just this gargantuan tree. A few things about the house. So the house is probably just under 100 years old. We did have a lot of elements that I typically would love to keep in this style of home. Unfortunately, given the condition of it, we weren't able to. We will keep the door. So this is going to be repainted. Originally had considered actually removing this wall so it would be completely open, but we're actually going to keep it. And the reason being is that this is actually a massive space. So, you know, envision a new homeowner coming in and trying to figure out where they're putting furniture, right? When things are so open, it's really hard to visualize. And through the foyer, because we don't have technically a closet here, we're actually going to add a chair rail with wainscoting, and we'll do a little custom bench seat with coat hangers on the top. So there's a little bit of a storage solution when you come in.
All right, so we are here with Fred Monfils from FM Electric. He and his crew are taking care of all the electrical here at the house. So do you want to tell us about what's kind of going on here, or what, you know, why couldn't we salvage the old electrical that was here?
The old wiring was definitely outdated. There were some rodent issues, and ultimately, to be safe, we discussed it with Alex and his company, and we decided to rewire the entire project, including a new service and from bottom up.
Yeah, we were hopeful at the beginning because we saw the new Romex, but as we started taking out the walls, you could see where a couple of rats probably fried themselves.
Yeah, I would imagine. We haven't found them yet, but I'm sure in our demolition we'll come across it. But I feel entirely safe now with the updated smoke alarm system.
Yep.
From bottom up and all complete new wiring.
Perfect. So I'm here with Zamir from Advanced Mechanical. These guys, him and his brother Milad, do just about all of our mechanical work here, so of course we called them back. Now you came up with a really cool idea on how we could save some headroom in the basement.
That's right.
And still keep the efficiency of the mechanical operations once the property is all done. So you want to tell us a little bit about what took place?
All right, as we can see here in this section of the house, it's pretty much no basement in this area. So what I did, I came up with an idea where the furnace still was in the same mechanical room as it was before, and I ran the duct up here and along the main floor so that we have a proper adequate airflow throughout the entire house, where we won't be able to do that in the basement. And we saved a lot of headroom in the basement as well as the hallway. So that will optimize the overall.
When you were walking downstairs, you had to almost like duck, and I'm about 6'5", but no, I'm kidding. I'm about 5'6". But anyway, even I kind of had to duck my neck down. But doing this, it looks like jarring right now because it's probably the freshest thing that belongs in this house. But eventually, it's all going to be bulked in, and we'll have this nice centerpiece around the existing glass paned window. So it's just going to look absolutely dynamite. So great job.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
All right, so drywall is all done and we're finally ready to start doing some painting and make this thing come to life. So you can tell we have decided on a door aesthetic look for our walls. Just kidding. We're just setting up our painting station now, as you can see, with all the trim on the floors. Everything's been covered up nicely. We do have the first coat of paint on already, and now we can tell the weather is starting to get cold. You can see my breath a little bit. So floors are starting tomorrow, which is going to be really exciting because I always find that floors give a very clean, slick look to the entire place. So follow me upstairs and we'll take a look around. After the first coat's done, now is when people are going to be coming in to do the finished trim, the flooring. There's going to be nicks and stuff on the wall, so the painter's going to come back one more time once it's all done to fix everything up, and we're going to be rocking and rolling. All right, so the backyard transformation is done, and we're going to be going inside in just a second for the final reveal, but what a difference. You can actually get a family here with some kids. You can go outside and play. We've got fresh sod down, 2-car parking back here to a paved alleyway. Can't wait to show you guys what we have in store. Come on in. All right, welcome to the final reveal here of 92 Kensington Avenue North here in Hamilton. All right, so one of the really neat features of this property was actually the old decorative windows that we incorporated in the new design. We absolutely love them, and sometimes they're so hard to keep, especially going through demo and renovating properties. However, this one here, within the feature wall as well as the front door, we did manage to salvage. I think it adds beautiful charm to the whole place. So the kitchen is one element that we spend a lot of time and energy designing. So we are really happy with how this place turned out. Super functional space. We've got a nice dishwasher in the island. We got this beautiful basin sink here, as well as all stainless steel appliances, gas oven. So I'm not sure if you guys remember, but at the beginning of the video when we were showcasing the layout, before construction, of course, there was actually a brick wall that would go right across here. There was a doorway that you'd have to walk through in order to get to the kitchen area. So we managed to open this whole thing up with the LVL beams. It's structurally sound, it's beautiful, and we actually decorated it using this faux wood paint just to make it look like it's a feature to the kitchen. All right, so the upstairs here has had a major transformation. We have all stained railings, brand new engineered hardwood flooring, and here we're in the master bedroom, which in my opinion is just night and day. I'm not sure if you guys remember those massive piles of Kleenex and all that dirt that was in here. One of my favorite features, which we managed to bring back to life, was this exterior patio here. So in the summertime or in the springtime, you can come out here, enjoy a glass of wine. Just a great feature add. All right, so if you're interested to check out any of our other projects that we've been doing, please visit our website, www.palpropertysolutions.com. We've got a lot of exciting things happening on there. And remember, we're the solution you've been looking for.